Hi everyone, I'm Will Ardros with Komando.com. How often do you pick up your phone while you're driving? Do you answer a call, read a text, pay a bill, or send an email? In this Komando.com report, we look at the dangers of distracted driving.
I remember the day of the crash. It was June 30th and Andrea had the day off and was going to spend it with her girls.
Matt Bove was working his Minnesota farm. His 2 young daughters had the day off from school. They were with their mother, cycling, when tragedy struck.
I remember that I had to make a payment on a loan, and I thought, what better time to do it now? If I forget, I won't remember to do it later.
Chris Weber says it happened in a flash. He was driving along, and the next thing he knows, a woman is dead and 2 young girls are critically hurt. He'll have to grow up without a mother, and Matt is forced to live the rest of his days without the love of his life. In 2014, nearly 3,200 people were killed, and 431,000 were hurt in wrecks involving distracted drivers in the U.S. alone.
We have this tendency to dwell on fatalities, and in the meantime, we overlook the number of serious injuries. I mean, there are millions of people injured in motor vehicle crashes every year.
Jay Anderson is the executive director of Stay Alive, Just Drive, a nationally recognized crash education and awareness program. He says surviving a crash doesn't guarantee everyone is going to be okay.
I'll use Hannah Grant as a great example. She was a young lady involved in a distracted driving crash, was the passenger in the rear of the van, took the brunt of the crash. Distracted driver ran a red light at 55 miles an hour. She spent 22 days in a coma. This funny, bright child, with her life full of endless possibilities, has been sentenced to life in a wheelchair without parole.
Her accident was 8 years ago. Hannah has a traumatic brain injury and requires 24-hour care. Her family declined an interview for this story. The driver who hit her was cited for running a red light and released. As if it were a reflex, we hear a ding and we shift our focus to our phones. And that's a problem because, as Anderson says, the brain isn't designed to multitask.
I have had people walk in front of me while on their devices. I have been walked into by people on electronic devices. I've had I don't know how many close encounters with people on the road. So we're only fooling ourselves.
46 states have texting and driving bans. 14 are hands-free only, but the laws can only go so far. It's ultimately up to the driver to make the right decision. There are apps that help drivers put the phone down while behind the wheel. Canary alerts parents when a phone is unlocked. Cell Control stops screen pop-ups while the car is moving. And Text Limit locks the phone at a user-controlled speed. I'm Will Ardros with Komando.com. Kim talks with the family of a victim of a distracted driver and explores the laws surrounding distracted driving in her Komando On Demand podcast. And you can hear it on Komando.com. That's Komando.com. Thanks for watching.